Okay. So hi, it's very good morning to you. Tell me, how are you?
Very good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. So tell me, how is your morning so far? Because it's the uh, starting of the day, right?
Uh, for everyone, it is the starting of the day, and as a mother, it is the middle of the day because we are
Okay,
the
okay.
early risers in
Mhm.
Pakistan, and we have done our breakfast, and my son has already gone to academy and for tuition and all those things. So my day has started good. What about you, sir?
Yeah. Also, my morning was good because I have completed some of task. What is in my what was in my bucket? Okay. So yeah, I have completed. So I think it's our first meeting, and I have seen you some of videos on YouTube. I can say I might have. Okay, so as we are meeting for the very first time, so I would love to know something about yourself. So can I ask you to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you so much for this lovely opportunity to introduce myself in front of you and for your audience and for my audience as well. My
Mhm.
name is Gulnaz Islam. I am from Punjab, Pakistan. I have done my master's in English as well as master's in history. I am a gold medalist in history. Throughout my college career, I have been a topper and scholarship holder, and I have been the writer and editor of college magazine number. Apart from that, I have won two essay writing competitions, one at divisional level and the second one at Punjab provincial level, for which I was given certificate and cash prize and 2 days stay at Carlton Tower Hotel, hosted by the government of Punjab. And if we talk about my practical career, I have been and I have also given coaches to master's classes in language and linguistics at New England College and Academy. After getting married, I joined Bahia Foundation College, where I served as head of department in English and history. And currently, I have joined the Convent Institute, whose branches are more than 27 countries. And I am also running my YouTube channel known as Bull Knowledge Hub. And I am a mother of four kids. That is all about me.
Okay, so I see you have done a lot of things in your life. Okay, so just because of that, you got a lot of prizes and you got a lot of opportunities to get this experiences, I can say. Okay, yes. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Like as you know, my name is Muhammad Tariqul Islam, and I'm from Bangladesh. Okay, I have completed my masters in political science, and now I am working on my communication skills. I have a small YouTube channel as well, which I upload conversational videos. It's only related to English, and I really love with meet strangers, people who are different countries and different cultures. Yeah, I think it's pretty much about me.
And that is wonderful introduction. And I would say the subject which you have chosen for your master's is also very wonderful. Political science, something unique and something different. I would like to know
Mhm.
that which thing just triggered you to focus and to just continue your degree in political science, because I have also political science had also political science in my BA, so
Okay.
I know a little about political science. So what was the motivating factor for you to pursue your degree in political science?
Actually, I didn't have that much of motivation part. Okay, just I went out the flow, and I didn't have the idea about political science subjects. Okay, so in our country, you know that you if you want to get a good job, then it's very hard to get a job because of now our population is increasing day by day. Okay, so just because of that, it's quite hard. Okay, so one of my brothers at that time said that, okay, if you want to learn or if you want to study well, then you have to take uh, a minimum subjects. Okay, that is how you can continue your studies, continue your government studies, BCS, so something like that. Okay, I thought that yes, I think I take these subjects. Okay, so after taking these subjects, I got to know that, okay, this is the best difficult subjects in our country, I can say, because it's always changing. Okay, so suppose you have studied in the morning time, okay, once one particular topic, and after 2 to 3 years later, then you see that, okay, it will change automatically. So I think it's quite hard and difficult to learn all those things from political science, I can say. Yeah, it's just went out the
But
flow. I didn't have that much of idea about political science.
yes, and it is the best subject. How it is the best subject? Because when we become young and when we grow young, and with the passage of time, we become aware of the realities of life of societies and different kinds of system. Then I
Hmm.
think that political science subject helps you a lot in understanding the political scenarios, in becoming aware of different kinds of campaigns and different kinds of systems and the governmental systems. So
Hmm.
it helps you a lot.
Hmm. Yes. Yeah, it's also helped me to understand a lot of things in our country, or like in other countries, also Pakistan, India. Okay, so I got to know that about politics. How is the situation right now? So yeah, that's subjects also helped me, but I didn't have that much idea about political science. Okay, so after I got when I got these subjects, that is how I got to know that, okay, yeah, political science has a lot of impacts in this world. Okay, you have to know that, because okay, so you are another subject students, maybe you are another subject students, but you have to that much of knowledge about politics. Okay, I think we are not except without politics, I can say.
Yes. And how do you think that political science is now just improving your arguments when you are having a conversation with any English learner and when a situation arises, how you cope with that situation with the help of your subject? How it is supplementing?
Actually, in our country, okay, yeah, there is no barrier with any subjects. Okay, so there is no particular job in political science. So if you get another any kinds of subjects, then you can appear for the exams. Okay, and sometimes I got some kinds of questions. Okay, why did you take political science, and how is the political science? But yeah, I know some of political science background, and sometimes I try to narrate those things and those situations from with co-learners. Okay, but uh, as a political science student, I didn't have that much of knowledge about politics, because it's always changing, and it's hard to remember all those words, all those parts, all those history, all those okay, you have to understand some of scientists, like when they were born, when they were died. Okay, some of things you have to articulate. So yeah, that is how I am trying to know about a political science.
So that's great. And I want to know about a very particular question that you are the student of political science and now you have grasped and you are quite confidently articulating your thoughts in English. Then, being a political science student or any other, you can say the field, how can a learner can have a grip over English language? How did you master this language?
Okay, so yeah, I have started my journey. It's been 10 months. Okay, and my YouTube journey, it's been 7 months, you can say. After when I have started my journey, after 3 months later, I have created my YouTube channel, just because of my fluency. I'm not worried about views. I'm not worried about like subscriptions. Okay, so just because of to see the difference between my older videos and my new videos. Okay, you can see also that kind of difference. And English has four pillars, like listening, reading, writing, a speaking part also. Okay, so my English was when I have started, my English was based on listening, you can say, because I have listened a lot of podcast, a lot of conversational videos. Okay, so that is how I'm not mastered at this language right now. Okay, so but now I'm trying to improve myself in this language, because it's a global language. That is how we can communicate with each other, and we can connecting with each other, isn't it? Because your mother tongue is different, my mother tongue is different. Okay, so how should I interact? So it's just because of English we can connect right now. Okay, and one more thing is, in these days I have been trying three things to indulge myself. One is shadowing practice for my pronunciation and for my accent. One is narrating a story. Okay, I take 2 to 3 lines from story books, then I try to narrate those story, or the speaking and listening part also, and writing, because writing helps you to reduce your grammatical mistakes, I can say. And one more thing is, think 24/7 in English. Okay. Because for myself, English has no time limits. Okay. If you want to become fluent in this language, then you have to think 24/7 in English, I can say. I don't know what about you, but it's for me. Okay. I have to think because I have seen some of ads on YouTube. Okay. They always says that if you follow these three things, three steps, and if you follow 30 days, okay, and 30 minutes in a day, then you can become fluent in this language. I can say it's not possible. You can grab just basic of English, but you cannot grab that much of fluency. That is how you can communicate with any kinds of person or face to face. Okay. I think in front of camera it's quite good, but when it comes to face with real people, okay, that time it's quite difficult to communicate with people, I can say. Yeah, nowadays I'm that is how I'm trying to improve myself.
And it is an excellent approach. When you are reading, you are just not reading, you are absorbing the words and the sentence structures and the expressions, and the best expressions unconsciously absorb in your brain. And when you are thinking 24 by 7. It means that whenever a thought is coming in your brain, you are just converting it into English, that you are thinking in English, every emotion, every feeling, every reason of that, every argument, what is happening around you. And this is the best thing. And if any person can train his brain to just think in English and to narrate it in his own words, then it is the best technique to just go through with this language. And this is the only way. And if we say that we can master English in 30 days or 45 days or even 1 year, it is it is possible to just grasp the basics of English language, but to master this language, it requires time and effort and consistent effort for many years.
Yes, definitely it will take time for from you, because it's not possible to master it in English just 30 days or just 40 days. Okay. Okay, so I have a question. Shall I?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. Sometimes I have seen or I have heard about that question. Okay. So if you want to learn this language, if you want to learn this language and if you want to fluent in this language, then you have to you don't think about the translation. Okay. Whenever we were in our beginning time, that time we translate from our mother tongue to English. Okay. So do you think this is it could be the barrier to learn this language? Translating could be the barrier. Do you think?
Okay, this is a very good question and very interesting also. Translation is the initial, you can say, the stage, the beginning stage as a toddler. That when
Mhm,
a child begins his journey, he begins his journey by just falling and just crawling on the floor. That is the same reason. That is the same condition with the English learner. He just
mhm,
learns, and no, everyone says that avoid translation, but being a non-native speaker, we have to go through this stage. Until and unless we are not facing this stage, we cannot be fluent, because
mhm,
translation is the must part, because we have to translate. And then after crossing this bridge, this is just like a bridge, we have to cross this bridge, and after crossing this bridge, we meet our destination, and that is the destination to speak English fluently, flawlessly, or spontaneously, naturally, without any forced, you can say, nature. So
mhm,
I think that translation is a barrier. When you are thinking, what the non-native speaker has to go through two phenomenon. What is those two phenomenon? He has to articulate the thoughts. Now he has to articulate the thought in the second language, that is English language. First, he has
mhm,
to supplement the idea with the argument, with the reason, and the facts or advantages, the disadvantages. And now the next process is to narrate all these things in English, the second language.
mhm.
Now, the third thing we are throwing on the way is the obstacle. And what is that obstacle? Is the translation. Now, if a learner is preoccupied, if the brain is preoccupied in translation, and your way is to, and you are preoccupied to narrate the thought. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there is a tussle, there is a tug of war going on in the brain. No one is watching, but you are feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are feeling this tug of war, that what should I do first? Should I convey my thoughts first or should I translate first? And the other person is waiting for your idea. Other person is waiting for the thought. He is not
Mm-hmm.
watching, he is not realizing that you are having a fight, a war, or anything, any tussle within your heart or within your mind. Now a tussle is going on. A person is waking, or a person is waiting. Now just imagine a scenario. Two persons are there, they are having a conversation, one-on-one conversation. He has asked
Mm-hmm.
me a question. Now I am just having a war within my mind. Should I translate first? Should I convey my thought? Now it will take time, and the other person will not wait.
Mm-hmm.
He will
Yes, of
think that
course.
I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. And in this way, the conversation will end, and I will have a sentence produced by my mind with translation, with accuracy, with flowery language, with literary language. But my point is that what is the point? What is the usage of that excellent sentence when the time is gone? So
Mm-hmm.
translation takes an extra effort. We have to just adapt our brain. We just have to habituate our brain to just directly think in English and then provide us the thought. This is a thought process. First we have to think and then we have to narrate through our mouth. It is just like
Mm-hmm.
a tunnel. But if the tunnel, if the tap is blocked with some, you can say clutter, translation just like a clutter. We have to declutter our brain. We have to declutter our brain if we want to be just focused and clear and to articulate well. Because someone says that English is just a narration of thought. But I think that
Mm-hmm.
English is a narration not only of the thoughts, but of your body language and your expressions and gestures. Now, when you are preoccupied, your eye contact would be missing, your body language would be missing, and your body posture would suggest that you are no longer confident. Now, each and everything matters a lot. 70% your body language and 30% your thought. You are not conveying your thought, 30% is missing. You have lost your body posture, 70% is missing. Now, what you are
Mm-hmm.
conveying? So, that is my point.
Yes, yes, of course. And thank you so much because yesterday I had a conversation and I asked the same questions with this ma'am. Okay, so the answer was like same, and sometimes yeah, I sometimes I got the answer with wrong opinion. Okay, so sometimes people say that okay, if you're a beginner, then you don't think that you don't need to translate your mother tongue to in English. Okay, and I think that okay, it is right to when you beginner, then you have to translate from your mother tongue to English. Okay, that is how you can got to know that the sentence, the words, okay, and the articulation process. You can know that. Okay, so that is how you can improve this language, I can say. Okay, so one more thing is like always everybody says that okay, if you wants to love yourself or if you wants to love other self, okay, then you have to first love yourself, right? So we know that if we want to do something with our fresh mind, with our happy minds, so we need to love ourselves. So may I know that how do you love yourself?
Very interesting question is this, that it is the easiest thing in the universe to laugh at someone else. And it is the
Okay.
biggest challenge, I would say, to laugh at yourself. To be very honest, every person, every other person, what is the scenario of this world, what is the scenario of this universe, and what is the scenario of humanity is that everyone is laughing at the follies of others. What they are doing something wrong, we are laughing. But when we do or we commit any kind of mistake, we do not laugh. And we do not even expect someone to laugh at us. This is a quite contradictory situation, but this is reality. But according to me, we have to laugh. we have to laugh, whether we make mistake, whether we win or whether we lose. But because
Mm-hmm.
when we win or when we have a winning situation, our hearts just say that laugh and the word is yours. The universe is yours. It is congratulating to you. It is for you to laugh. But when we lose something, it is difficult to laugh. But we have to laugh. Why? Then we have to convey this message to ourselves that if we don't laugh at ourselves when someone else will laugh at us, it will be much more painful us to see that visual. So we have to laugh at our own selves first, and then we can have the best results. How we can have the best results? Because history has proved that those who have laughed at their own selves make the history, and those who have just criticized others and laughed at the follies of others, they didn't make the history. They become the part of the historians, but they are no more in the pages of history.
Yes, I got it. And I used to do one thing, okay, whenever I was in my school or college time. Okay, if I completed any task for me, okay, I take the initiative that I have to complete the task. Okay, if I completed the task at that time, I gifted something and I buy. Okay, I bought something for myself. So, okay, did you do like that? And did you buy something for yourself whenever you completed any task or anything?
That situation is reversed for me everywhere. I always.
Okay.
Whenever I top the my school, my college, whenever I got the scholarship, even I was hosted by the government of Punjab in 2010. That was the most memorable scene for me and the time for me. But I didn't give any kind of gift to myself. Why? I gave myself the next task. I always, when I won something, I always gave myself the task to do more. That was the
Yes.
gift, and that is kind of energy for me to do more and more. If something is done better by me, then I always say to myself that this is the target you have achieved best, but you have to do more. Because if
Mm-hmm.
we just shower ourselves with the blessings and blessings with more no more challenging, with no more vision, how can we proceed? So this is the exact way I have always followed, with the new
Okay.
task, with the new task, always and always.
Mm-hmm. I had a teacher when I was in my school. Okay. The teacher always said that if you want to achieve something, then you have to love yourself and you have to gift yourself. Okay. So, yeah, I also experienced that. Okay. Whenever we complete any lessons in our books, okay, uh, like from 1 page to 10 page, after 10 page, take a I take a chocolates on the number of 10 pages. Okay, after I completed the 10 whole 10 pages, then I got the chocolate. Okay, that is how we gifted ourselves. Okay, so that's why I asked you these questions. Did you do that in your life?
But I was a very different kind of kid in my life. I used to give to
Mm-hmm.
myself another task. And that was a kind of gift, and that was always a kind of motivation. I was not a
Okay.
believer, and still I am not a believer of giving gifts and flowers to myself, but I always give a task to myself, because giving tasks to yourself can change your personality, can change your future, and can change your life. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
best way, and this is the best way to keep you going.
Mm. Yes. I think your motivation was something different, I can say, at that time. Okay. So, yes, like every English learner has that much of question. Okay, so how can I improve my journey? Okay, without accept those pillars. Okay, we know that. Okay, I want to know from you because it will help you. It will help us, or it will help our subscribers or our whoever wants to see this conversation. Okay, so could you please suggest something that can help the beginners who will really learn to this language? Could you please suggest some tips?
Yes. If four pillars are compulsory, but the best thing, the best part, if I often suggest, and the most beloved part of mine, which I used to follow is editorial, editorial,
Editorial.
news editorial, article. Because I
Okay.
was the ardent reader and ardent follower of that article. If you truly want to be updated, because editorial is that thing, books are very good, but editorial is that thing, the small passage. Only you can choose small passage. I am not going to say that read the whole newspaper. No, not
Mm-hmm.
at all. Only a small paragraph, only a small, you can say editorial article written by a writer. If you can
Mm-hmm.
read within 1 week only one article for 8 days,
Mm-hmm.
it means that 8 days only 40 to 45 lines or 50 lines are there in an editorial, approximately.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
I am devoting time that you have to narrate and you have to just read it out for 8 days, 8 consecutive days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would be the effect of that editorial upon your mind and to improve your English language is that when you read the editorial for the very first time, it might happen that you cannot understand. But the second time when you will read that editorial again, you will come to know the basic point or the real aim of the writer behind that writing. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
third time when you read that story, now you have comprehended what is in the story or what is in the editorial. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fourth day, when will it arise, it will be easier for you to read within minimum time. And
Mm-hmm.
your eye will catch the key expressions and the words. And editorials are the best in form of not only updating you about the current affairs, but it also equips you with the modern expressions,
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day expressions. We always say that we have to update our vocabulary. How to update our vocabulary? Only one editorial can change each and everything. Now
Okay.
you have read it, fifth day arrives. Now you have to narrate that editorial in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are able to narrate that editorial in your own words on the sixth day, what is your duty? Now, your duty is to switch on your camera and start recording and narrating what you
Okay.
have read. Now, seventh
Mm-hmm.
day arrives. Now, you have to look back at the same video and just point out what you have read and what you have just narrated in the video. Now, it would be
Mm-hmm.
the best activity if you do it consecutively and consistently, you can reap the results. So, this is the best activity every learner should follow. At the start, you will be baffled what is in the editorial, but with the passage of time, you will be familiarized with the facts and you will enjoy reading and you will enjoy each and every editorial because editorials are not monotonous, they are about everyday life. Everyday life
Mm-hmm.
changes, scenarios are changing, events are changing, and you will enjoy those editorials as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are right. And I want to know one thing. Like whenever we start uh, to read the editorials part, okay, that time we see some of difficult words and difficult sentences, right? Because editor, whoever who edit the pages or editorials, okay, they are, I think, they highly educated person and they know how to articulate their thought with the advanced word or fancy words, okay. So how do you find those kinds of words to be easier?
Uh, our brain is very amazing. How our brain is very amazing. First day or the second, the third day when you are studying, your brain will focus only on the writing, on the purpose, on the scene behind the story. But on the sixth day,
Mm-hmm.
it will figure out for you why a specific word is utilized. And then you will
Mm-hmm.
get to know that sometimes we are non-native speakers and we just forcefully adding one word. Forcefully. It is not suitable for that situation. For example, hungry, starving, famished. Same word,
Mm-hmm.
but degree is changing. Hungry is something else, starving is something else, and famished. Hungry is when we are having or we are having a desire to eat
Mm-hmm.
for a specific period of time. For example, we have not eaten our breakfast, we want to eat something.
Mm-hmm.
We have not eaten our lunch, we want to eat something. But this is a hunger. And starving is the situation, it is an acute form, severe form, and it is it is used to describe the situation in deserts
Mm-hmm.
where there is a shortage of food for so many days. But what we non-native speakers do, I am starving. Why are you starving? So famish, the
Mm-hmm.
acutest form. So editorial gives you in this sense the best thing to get familiarized with all those expressions. And believe me, with after reading 8 to 9 editorials, the vocabulary and expressions are repeated. You have to take an extra toll, you have to take an extra effort while reading 8 to 9 editorials. And with after reading 8 to 9 editorials, you get familiarized with the patterns and with the vocabulary words, and you will be at your ease. But at
Mm-hmm.
your initiation, at the beginning level, you have to put an effort.
Okay. Sometimes we face a lot of difficulties, okay, to find the correct meaning of the sentence and to find some kinds of sentences about these words. Okay. So if we wants to make 5 sentences, these words like hunger, okay, or hungry. So how do you find such kind of sentence and how do you find the deep meaning of these words? Do you do with this chat gpt or gemini? Okay, because chat gpt and gemini right now in our hands, okay, we can find a lot of sentence, a lot of words from this website or from this ai. So how do you find the words and how do you find the sentence?
Yes, we are not expected to say ChatGPT or Gemini that produce for any 5 random sentences on this word and that word. We have
Mm-hmm.
to instruct and we have to give instructions and command or prompt to ChatGPT or Gemini that use this particular one word in different scenarios, in different
Mm-hmm.
situations. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you are reading the same word in different kind of situations, then you will get to know the real essence, the real soul of that word. But what is the mistake of every English learner is that he just say that produce any kind of 5 sentences. Now you are reading 5 different kind of sentences,
Mm-hmm.
but you are not familiarized how to accurately put that word in a correct way, in a right kind
Mm-hmm.
of context. So what is the reason or what is the logic of the day is that you have to say that use this one particular word like hunger in different kind of situations so that it gets easy for me to understand not only the expression, not only the meaning of that word, but the utilization of this word in a right way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, I got it. I think I have asked you a lot of questions. Okay, do you have anything? Then you can ask.
Thank you so much. And it is, and the questions you have asked, they might trigger many kind of questions in the learners also, and they might help the learners as well because these are the very crucial questions, and these are the
Mm-hmm.
questions which are taught from the beginning of English language till today, and we are just searching and searching, and we just have to implement. Now, my always answer is that stop searching the videos now for tips and tricks. And what happens that every learner, what he does, he always searches for 9 months, for 1 year, the tips and tricks, follow these and these tips and tricks. My always question is when will you start? When will you implement all those tips and tricks? How do you implement all those tips and tricks? Start speaking, start implementing, start utilizing, and get out of that tips and trick era. That is your plateau, and you are still
Mm-hmm.
lingering on that plateau.
Yes, because whenever we started something, okay, that time we got frustration. Because of that, we always search something, some kinds of tips and tricks, okay, that is how we can get it easily. So I think in this world you can't get anything easily. I can say you have to work hard and you have to search it, okay. Though you can get the easiest way to learn something, but you cannot get it easily. I can say you have to work hard, right? And you cannot get it like within 2 days or 3 days, within 2 months or 3 months, I can say, because you are gold medalist, okay. So whenever you achieved it, okay, before that you have to put a lot of efforts, to this, to take this medal. Okay, yes, isn't it? Okay, that is how we can improve. Otherwise, if you try to find the easiest way, try to find the normal way, and you don't want to work hard, and you don't want to search it with it a difficulties way, so I don't think that it is possible for you. Okay.
Yes, YouTube is well said. YouTube is full of a plethora of tips and tricks and the easy illusions. But these are the
Mhm.
illusions. It is not only about the English learner. It is the phenomena of every person who wants to succeed. He has to go through the tunnel of hard work, consistent
Mhm.
effort. Without you go through this tunnel, how can you see the best part of your life, your destination? If I had
Mhm.
not done my hard work, how would I expected to have a gold medal in my around my neck and a cash prize and a certificate and all those things which I have
Mhm.
earned?
Yes,
But
like.
believe me, everyone has to have to pass through this hard work phase. Hard work is
Mhm.
the only such that there is no shortcut, there is no short way to reach anything. You have to, after following all the short ways and all the shortcuts, you have to directly go through the hard work. So why not
Yes.
we have to start the hard work right now?
Mhm. Yes, I have seen some of videos on YouTube. Okay, I think this lady was from Pakistan, I can say, Malala Yousafzai. You know that?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And I have listened a lot of pod videos, okay, from YouTube, Malala Yousafzai. And here's the person I can say, she always think in positive and positively when she wants to work for their countries, wants to work for the ladies, okay, whoever from the village who doesn't have that much of education, that much of like some kinds of situation that they have, they wants to become like from who to reach and from like education, okay, something like that. She works for that. Yes, I got to know that from YouTube. Okay, so I think our time is running out. It was lovely conversation to you. Okay, I hope we will connect another time. And do you have any WhatsApp? Then you can send me through the emails. Okay, we will connect, and that is how we can continue our journey, I can say.
Thank you so much
Because
for this wonderful conversation. I have learned a lot from you and from the questions
Mhm.
as well, and it was a lovely conversation. And I hope that learners will learn a lot, and we will. And I hope that we will have many more conversations on the variety of topics, so that we
Mhm.
can have exchange of ideas. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye bye.
Have a nice day.